Hello, everyone. My name is Matt. I'm the youth and family pastor at Cornerstone Church in Marshfield, and I'm here today with your Cornerstone Connection, a daily devotional. So a couple of questions as we begin. First question is this: what is love? And not only what is love, but how do I know if someone loves me? And how can I truly measure if I love somebody else? Well, we could probably ask one another those questions and perhaps have a couple of different answers, or maybe they would be very similar but different at the same time. I'm sure we could go on a public street where people are walking. We could ask those couple of questions and get all kinds of different answers. And we can see many different answers in God's Word as well. And I just wanted to share with you from 1 John chapter 3 today, starting in verse 16, what the Apostle John has to say about what love is and how we know if we truly do love somebody. What does that look like? And what would it look like to be on the receiving end of that love? So here's what John says. This is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers. If anyone has material possessions and sees his brother in need but has no pity on him, how can the love of God be in him? Dear children, let us not love with words or tongue, but with actions and in truth. So first the Apostle John just says this is how we know what love is. It's sacrificial. Love, this type of love is sacrificial. It's what Jesus Christ did for us. He didn't have to, but he did in obedience to God the Father. He laid down his life on our behalf. He was our only hope. He saw our desperate need for him. Our need to be reconciled to God, our Creator, depended on him. And he didn't just sit on his throne in heaven and look down on us and say, "Oh, I love you so much. I care about you so deeply. I would do anything for you," and then just remain seated in heaven. But instead, seeing our great need, seeing our separation from God, what Jesus did is he actually came down, became man, put on human flesh, and ultimately laid down his life for us. That's what love is. It's not just seeing someone and saying, "I love you." It's not just declaring it, but it's actually doing something about that feeling you have. It's actually putting actions behind the words that you speak. And so John goes, well, this is how you can definitely know you love someone. It's how you can definitely know somebody loves you. If they have a need and you have what fills that need, and you actually fill that need with what you have, well, guess what? That makes sense. You love them. And the same goes for you. How do you know if somebody really loves you? Well, they see your needs and they meet them, not just through their words and saying, "Oh, I see that you have that need and I really wish I could meet that for you. And I have exactly what you need, but I'm not going to give it to you." That would not be love. John says instead, love is when you have exactly what that person needs and you meet their need. You don't withhold from them. You don't just say, "I love you" in words or tongue, but in action and in truth, you love them. And friends, it's important for us to point out that last word in which John says, "Dear children, let us not love with words or tongue, but with actions and in truth." It's important for us to remember to love in truth. It can often get lost, I think. We think the most loving thing to do is to tell people what they want to hear instead of telling them what they need to hear or showing them the truth. Friends, let's be honest. The most important truth that we could ever share with anybody, the good news about Jesus Christ, that there's one way to God and back to God, and that's through Christ. This truth can be quite offensive to people. But let's be honest, it's the exact truth and most loving truth that each and every individual that's ever been created needs. And so, friends, I hope this encourages you. I hope it challenges you as it does to me. As we see those brothers and sisters out there in need, whether it is a physical need, an emotional need, mental need, spiritual need, my prayer is that you and I would love them, not just with our words, but we would love them with our actions and in truth. Be encouraged, be challenged. And have a great day, friends. We'll see you next time on the Cornerstone Connection.